Well, this time around, we are apparently taking the sponsor out of PSG and throwing it right into the team itself. Let's jump in and see what I mean. So yeah, I wasn't really sure what to do with this one. This is called the 343 Qatar San Germain. It does have Lucho in there with giving the thumbs up. The only description is 343 with a really good result with a D10 England and Motor Lublin in Champions League. Not really sure that English is the first language. I'm not really sure what that all means, but we're going to check it out with our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. I did like this attacking midfielder off to the side, and I kind of want to see how it works. So with all that said, let's just dive into the Premier League and see what happened. Well, in this save, Liverpool are about average with 83 points and 91 goals. Aston Villa with 66 is definitely below average, but 75 goals, not too bad, I guess. Schedule-wise, Liverpool do get to the Carabao Cup final, unfortunately losing to Arsenal 0-1. They get through Ipswich handily in the FA Cup quarters. They get to the FA Cup final, losing to Tottenham 0-2. But they do make it all the way to the Europa League final, a 0-0 penalty win over Atalanta. So all in all, one trophy, two runner-up medals, not a bad season. Squad-wise, they definitely have green. They usually do, though. But 23 goals for Salah and Nunez, 21 for Alex McAllister, assists 20 for Trent, 18 for Andrew Robertson, and then average rating McAllister gets a 7.31. Well, unfortunately for Aston Villa, they get sandwiched between the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup in some replays, but they lose out both in the third round of the FA Cup immediately against Man City, but the Carabao Cup semi-finals against Arsenal. It was definitely not a good month for them. And they drop out in the quarterfinals of the Europa League against Fiorentina. So all in all, Carabao Cup semifinals, quarterfinals of the Europa Conference League, they did okay, but still, we have seen tactics that have done a lot better than this. Squad-wise, they've got some in the green, which is probably on their average mark. 25 goals for Ollie Watkins, 14 for Diaby, assists 13 for McGinn, 12 for Douglas Luiz, and then average rating, Robin Olsen gets up there, but Jacob Ramsey with a 7.09. Data hub for Liverpool, they've got the dribbles through the roof. Goals, they're just missing a little bit, and on the sides, a little bit more than what they usually get. Defensively, they're kind of in a different shape, but they're definitely getting a bit more out of it. 2.39 goals per game is not anything to laugh at. 0.84 conceded, 0.86 XG against is about average. Aston Villa definitely losing out in the attacking side and the defensive side too. I mean, the shutouts are through the roof, then fantastic, but everything else is a little bit poor. 1.97 goals per game, 1.32 conceded, 1.17 XG against. The 1.32 is a bit higher than average. The 1.17 is about on average and a little below. Premier League stats, Liverpool in third with 2.18 points per game, Aston Villa in sixth with 1.74. Most goals in second, though, for Liverpool, 91, Aston Villa with 75. They're still not, I mean, they're in the mix, but it's not just through the roof like usual. But few shots against, Liverpool in fourth with 280, Aston Villa all the way down in eighth with 385. Most dribbles made, Liverpool with 814, Aston Villa with 728. Best pass completion, Liverpool and Aston Villa both making 88%, and most shots for Liverpool with 574, a little bit low, Aston Villa with 483. But now with some average ratings for our Premier League teams, how did our championship side of Ipswich Town do? Well, sadly, fourth place. Not great, but still only 3 points south of Southampton, a couple more out from Leicester, but still, they got into the playoffs. They just didn't get through the playoffs, which is about their usual when they get into the playoffs. But I definitely think you could do a lot better job. Bring that up into the first or second spot and get automatically promoted next year. Domestically for Ipswich, out in the Carabao Cup first round in penalties to Stevenage, and we already saw they get absolutely thrashed in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup by Liverpool. Overall, it was an okay season. Quarterfinals is fantastic of the FA Cup, but championship position in third, Carabao Cup, yeah, that sucked. Squad-wise, they only have 4 in the green. They usually don't get many. They may get 3 or 4 thereabouts. 20 goals, though, for Hurst is nice. The only one in double digits. 17 assists for Leif Davis, 14 for Wes Burns, and then average rating, of course, Leif Davis with a 7.25. Championship stats, Ipswich in fourth with 1.96 points per game. That is pretty low for them. Fourth place for most goals with 86. Fewest shots against in sixth with 417. Most dribbles made in second with 976. And most shots for second, 653. Well, let's take a deeper dive into this slightly off-kilter 3-4-3. We start out with a sweeper keeper in defend, ball-playing defenders in defend on the outside, and then one in cover in the center, wingback in support next to a Segundo Volante in attack, next to a Regista in support, next to a wingback in attack. We have a winger in attack and an attacking midfielder in support, and we have an advanced forward in attack up front. Balanced mentality, in possession attacking with a standard approach plays pass into space, focus play down the left and the right, passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, low crosses, run at defense, and be more disciplined. In transition, counter, distribute quickly and roll it out. And out of possession, a mid-block line of engagement, a higher defensive line, trigger press more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, trap outside, and invite crosses. So overall, how did it do for our three teams? I mean, I would say in this save at least, it was a very average tactic. Ipswich only coming in fourth. Again, if you took control of this, you could definitely get up there into at least the third or second or first spots. It's not too far off. Aston Villa and Liverpool, yeah, that's about average for FM24 at least. Third place to sixth place, I would say so. I mean, definitely, as I always say, and I said before, if you take control of this, you could definitely do a lot better job. Do your own transfers, training your own match shouts and changes during the matches. I definitely think you could get a better job out of these two teams. But overall, I'm not sure it worked as well as we'd hoped. But again, one save is completely different from another. In the next one, both teams could get all first place, second place. But in this save, it was a mixed bag. But that's it for me, 7FM for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.